Top 5 cheapest states to live in the USA. If you are looking for a place where your money actually lasts longer, this video is for you. Because in America, not every state treats your paycheck the same. Some states make everyday life feel manageable, others make even basic living feel expensive. So today, we are counting down the top 5 cheapest states to live in the USA based on the latest available 2025 cost of living data. And by the end of this video, you will see why housing is the biggest reason some states feel far more affordable than others. Before we start, one important thing. This ranking is not based on opinions. It is based on the 2025 Annual Average Cost of Living Index from Merrick, which uses a US baseline of 100. The lower the number, the cheaper the state. So let's begin the countdown. Number 5, Kansas. Kansas takes the 5th spot with a cost of living index of 88.4. That means it is still noticeably below the national average. And one of the main reasons is housing. Kansas has a housing index of 76.9. This helps keep monthly living costs much more manageable than in many other states. What does that mean in real life? It means your money is less likely to disappear the moment you pay rent. It means you may have more room to cover groceries, transportation, and savings without feeling squeezed. Kansas is not the flashiest state on the list, but that is exactly why it works for people who want stability, simplicity, and lower monthly pressure. If your goal is to live comfortably without spending like you are in a major coastal city, Kansas is a very strong option. Number 4, Alabama. At number 4, we have Alabama with a cost of living index of 88.1. That is only slightly higher than Kansas. Its housing index is 71.2, one of the strongest numbers on this entire list. This is where affordability starts to feel very real. In states like Alabama, lower housing costs can make a huge difference in your monthly budget. That single factor can change everything, from how much you save to how much stress you feel at the end of the month. And when people talk about why some states feel easier to live in, this is usually what they mean. It is not just one bill. Alabama gives you a lower cost lifestyle without forcing you to sacrifice the basics of daily life. Number 3, West Virginia. West Virginia comes in at number 3 with a cost of living index of 88.0. That makes it one of the most affordable states in the country. Its housing index is 71.2, which is nearly identical to Alabama, and that helps explain why the state stays so budget-friendly. West Virginia is the kind of place that often surprises people. It may not be the first state that comes to mind when people think about saving money, but the numbers tell a different story. Lower housing costs can create a lot of breathing room. And once your housing is under control, everything else becomes easier to manage. That is the big theme in affordable states. It is not just about being cheap. It is about being able to live without constantly worrying about the next bill. West Virginia gives many people that kind of breathing room. Number 2, Mississippi. Mississippi takes the number 2 spot with a cost of living index of 86.0. That makes Mississippi one of the most affordable states in the entire country. Its housing index is 71.6, which is still very low compared to the national average. That matters because housing is the biggest factor driving affordability differences across states. Mississippi is one of those states where the numbers can really work in your favor. When housing stays low, the rest of your monthly life gets easier. You have a better chance to save. You have a better chance to plan ahead, and you are less likely to feel like every dollar is already spoken for. This is why Mississippi consistently appears near the top of affordability rankings. It is not just one cheap category, it is the overall balance of living costs. And the cheapest state to live in the USA, based on this 2025 ranking, is Oklahoma. Oklahoma has a cost of living index of 84.7. Its housing index is 68.8, the lowest housing cost among all states in the ranking. This is the main reason Oklahoma wins. Housing is the biggest driver of cost of living differences, and Oklahoma comes out on top because its housing costs are so much lower than the national average. In practical terms, this means your paycheck may go much further here. Rent is less punishing, monthly pressure is lower, and the idea of building savings does not feel as impossible. That is why Oklahoma stands out. Not because it is the most glamorous state, but because it gives everyday people more room to live and more room to breathe. And here is the bigger takeaway. When you look at the cheapest states in America, one thing becomes very clear. Housing is the biggest driver. That is the factor that keeps showing up again and again. When housing stays low, the whole state feels more affordable. That is why these states rank so well. Not just because one bill is lower, but because the whole monthly lifestyle becomes easier to manage. This is the real difference between a cheap state and an expensive one. In an expensive state, you feel pressure from the moment rent is due. In an affordable state, your money has a chance to work for you. So if you are thinking about moving, saving money, or just trying to live smarter, These 5 states are a great place to start. Kansas, Alabama, West Virginia, Mississippi, and Oklahoma. Each one gives you a better shot at stretching your money farther than most of the country. And that is the real goal. Not just living somewhere cheaper, but living somewhere your money actually lasts. If you found this helpful, comment below which state surprised you the most. And if you want more breakdowns like this, subscribe for the next video.